If you join for the whole war, you get 100 acres of land.
Oh, I'll join for the whole war.
The whole war,
The whole war, yeah.
Well, there's your list of papers. All right. Can you read?
Yes, sir.
All right, read that for me, please.
Who voluntarily enlist into captain of the 3rd Regiment Maryland Line to continue during the war, agreeable to revolve the Council of Safety the 28th day of February. Received the 17th day of October 1779 and $20. Being the bounty ordered.
So you got your bounty money, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you run away from my regiment and try to join another regiment, what does that make you? A deserter from my regiment, and also it makes you a bounty jumper. You're jumping from regiment to regiment to get their bounty money. All right, now you got to sign this thing. You want to hold it at a slant. Don't hold it straight up and down. You get a big glob.
Okay.
And then hold the nib down and just lightly touch the paper.
Okay.
And that'll sign your name.
Okay.
So we're taking recruits for the Army. So if you want to join up, this is a place to do it. You got to be 16 years old. You got to be 5'4". You got to be in reasonably good health.
Oh, that looks good.
And you got to be. Now, if you need to dip the pen again, you can.
I might have to.
That's so cool. And then I got a little bit of stuff there. Let me get a pound spot for you.
Look at ink spot.
This is called a pound spot. So you sprinkle some sand on there. You should soak up some of that ink. All right. That'll dry in a minute. You'll be good to go. Now here's your land warrant. Now where's this land located?
No, not past the mountains.
Not past the mountains.
That's right.
It's
He
up in Northern
signed an
Virginia.
agreement with the Indians in 1763, and he told the Indians the English wouldn't settle past the Appalachian Mountains. So anybody who goes across that top of that ridge is breaking the king's law. You're an outlaw in the eyes of the king. Your land will be located in Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky, because that's outside our country right now. All right? Okay. So there's your land warrant.
Ooh, smells good like wood smoke. And turkeys and chickens. Aren't they so cute? Oh, he is so excited.
And even with the bayonet off, it's still balanced. It's designed to
Sweet.
What's about 75. That's the ball.
Tell me about that gun.
Keep it
75 caliber muzzle loader.
And it felt good holding
Very
it.
well balanced, even with and without the bayonet being on it.
So it's easy to shoot.
Very easy to shoot.
All right, I want you to belt this command out and say it like a minute.
Bro, head check.
All you got?
Bro, head up.
All right, hands up, shoulders back, stomach in, chest out. Take a look, walk down the line, have a look at you.
He's an actual vet.
Best we got, don't have to work, all right. Next command.
Buzz, bomb.
All right, he's going to run down here to the powder magazine. He's going to pick up a bomb.
Well, look at that.
Pick up that bomb, man. That'll work. All right, run it back.
Okay, I gotta get him because that's funny.
Now the question is, do we put the fuse down next to the powder or do we put it out?
Put it out.
We tried it both ways.
So cute. Oh my God.
So we're going to turn this from side to side. All right, got it. We want 5 degrees right. Got it. Very good. You guys did a good job. Get back in line.
Clear leg.
All right. Now draw your sword. Now raise it above your head.
Oh my.
When you're ready, you Lorton, give that last command.
Oh. Oh, this thing.
Contained powder charge. Just going to tamp that down, try to pack it as good as we can to get a good report. Load bomb! Now, did anybody come by the parkway? They don't like bombs skipping across the parkway, so we have to use an aluminum foil bomb today. Run! Right, ready? 1, 2, 3, fire! One little 4.5 inch water, everybody.
A blister. By blisters, pulling the bad humors out of your body. So cupping. Chinese medicine, they still cup today. So bleeding and cupping. Now let's say you come in and you have what they call the bloody flux.
Amputation song.
That's for pain. Okay, what's pain? That's for owie.
I'm just curious if they would use those for the
Now, you're not supposed to. I'm sure they did, but you're not supposed to. You might get in trouble for that.
Especially the bayonet, probably.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Good idea.
And also, one thing they're not supposed to do either is using these. This is something they made themselves. It's the barrel. It's an old barrel. There's lots of barrels around here. Twisted like this. They call it a broiler because it's not always salt meat. Sometimes you get fresh meat, especially beef. A couple times at Yorktown's one of these, they had a herd of cattle follow the marching column. So they had fresh beef for a while. If you have fresh beef, you might cook it on this thing. You don't put it right over the burner because it's way too hot. You burn it real quick. Then you take some of the hot coals out of the fire, put it on the shelf right there, and then put that on the shelf and cook it. But the reason you're not supposed to do this, the officers didn't want them in to cook it, serve it, no refrigeration. So, you know, a pound of meat sounds like a pound of meat per man per day.
Those things.
That pound has bone and fat and skin. So you got to soak that, get the salt out.
It's so hard. It's really hard.
Especially in the Civil War. If you ever saw a Civil War hardtack's a little bit different because it had just a little bit of lard, which made it flaky, kind of like salty.
Hard.
This stuff was only
We are inside a farmhouse. It's really cute. Pewter. It's pretty expensive, isn't it? Isn't this cute? This is really all you need.
There was a way you could get out of having to be convicted of a crime. If you were convicted of a crime, but could read a passage of the Bible, you were considered to be close enough to God that you should be given forgiveness.
You were redeemable.
Yeah, it only happened once. And they also they only did it once, and they also tended to use the same passage, so people who were in the know kind of just memorized it anyway.
Okay, we're at Yorktown, and this is where they won the battle for independence against General Cornwallis. And these are trenches still from there, and they don't want you to walk on them. Actually, George himself said, don't even walk on these because we have to preserve these. Okay, George said so, we're not going to do it. But anyway, somebody must be walking on them. Okay, here it is. Battle of Yorktown battlefield. This is indeed a trench that I'm on top of, I guess. We can't walk on those, but they do have a path up here. 8 days, I guess, it took. Screaming artillery. They say they used the cannons. They really weren't all that deadly, but they were loud and they were used for intimidation, and people were running from those cannonballs all the time because once they hit you, you're gone. But really, they would only take out 2 soldiers at a time, but they were loud and they were very scary. Beautiful day here. Go. So this is Surrender Field, they call it, and this is where General Cornwallis actually laid down his weapons and surrendered. So I'm gonna sit down here and I'm just gonna look and I'm gonna think about what happened, and honestly I kinda wanna cry. The Americans camped, and then you could see the red coats through the trees pretty easily. It's hard for the British to come on this turf and fight. So over here is where Baron von Steuben's encampment was, I guess. And I have had some relatives fighting in the German revolutionary thing. So that's kind of cool. And chicken.